right. I want to say good morning to you all for coming through on this lovely, lovely morning. We're up with yet a morning show. So we have a little update. We're gonna be debuting a new show for our members, like a court type of show. That's gonna start for our members. So we already got the studio that we're gonna use. We're gonna tape this. We're gonna tape. What do they call that when you tape a show? A pilot. Okay, we're gonna tape a pilot, and we're gonna release it for the members for the first time. Release it to the members, so they're gonna see it first before y'all see it. Okay, y'all may see different clips of there, here, there, but you all, the members, are going to see it first. So we already got a beautiful space for testing this pilot and we're trying to have that show for every Sunday night. We want to have it either every Sunday night or every Monday night. So we're still working out the kinks of the day what we want to do it. But we will let you all know in the future for this type of show. Still working out the kinks of that. I'm super excited, but the members will know about it, and they will be the first to see the product. And then they will go around, let me know what is better, what they like about it, blah, blah, blah. It's very beautiful. I love the space. I love a beautiful space. So I got to go see it again. I will let you all know. The members, you all will see more behind the scenes and everything like that. We're super excited for that. And then also, of course, we got the morning show. This is where we're going all in. It's all or nothing. All right. We're putting a lot of our revenue that we're getting back into the platform. That's why we're working so hard. Of course, we got Vegas. And then after the Vegas, we're putting more of in there. Now, when it comes to the Vegas trip, make sure y'all come through. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the first weekend in month of October. So make sure y'all come through if y'all can. If you can't, I understand. You can just watch me on YouTube, right? We are predicting that 10 folks going to show up. So we would love to have you for the 10 people. It's good, small crowd. We can move around. We can take like 2 little lifts or Ubers and move around. And we're definitely doing that. So yes, I'm super excited for the morning show because I'm looking at the numbers is doing really good. And I love that, people is showing so much love. Now, everybody keeps saying, I want you to do a night show. All right. I would love to do a night show. But due to the lack of funding and the lack of resources, we cannot do a night show. I have to do it in the morning before I can work. Okay, we can't do a night show. Now, unless y'all are given enough to do it, until then, do it in the morning. And you can watch the preview. I get so many phone calls, and I appreciate the phone calls that I'm getting all throughout the day. My phone be ringing because a lot of you all think the show is still live. I appreciate that. Multiple phone calls that I get all over the country. People are calling in, want to give their thoughts. I understand, I get it. But due to the lack of resources, we have no other choice but to do it. We was on a decline, a financial decline. We was in a tsunami when it came to the platform. So we had to do some very drastic changes very quickly, and we did that. And so it's working. Morning show as well. And also we would pump out about 10 shorts a day, but due to the fact where we work, there is hardly no connection. Babe, you have to walk blocks away. It's like a dead zone. And not only for us as the workers, but also as the residents that have cell phones, they have to have like a landline because the connection is just that bad, especially if you don't have no Wi-Fi, because they have to buy their own Wi-Fi. Anyway, and they don't give us the Wi-Fi code as an employee, so it is what it is. So you really have to walk around blocks to get a signal. No matter what phone carrier you have to give a signal. So a lot of us have to go through this. I constantly have to go through this over and over and over again. So that's why y'all not getting the 10 shorts, because that was great. And every time I release a short, it won't be no volume. It just like the volume, because the connection is bad. It won't be no sound. So that's why I said, hey, we won't be able to do the sound. We won't be able to do the what's the name. This is not good at all. What's going on? Because that's what the prediction to do about 10 shorts a day. But I thank God for the shorts that we do have, because again, people we are viewing and watching. It was so many people that have tuned in to our Mario video. That's the highest video ever that we have, almost 200,000. Then we have people emailing, texting us about the whole Nicki Minaj video. That got us a lot of people connecting and stuff like that. And we're getting real organic followers that are real people. They're not robots. We're not paying for Twitter or text to increase our followers. These are real organic followers. So it takes time for it to really grow to that next level. So we constantly on that way as well. And I've noticed that the people are starting to get up early to do lives. I get it. When you are a person, when you are an influencer and you do, people will be influenced to follow. I think that's an honor. I think that's a privilege. And also it makes me feel good, because that means that let me know you are watching. All right. You have people that gets up 3-4 hours earlier. They're in a whole nother time zone. They're up doing multiple shows. They never done that before, but they see us doing it. So of course we see everything. My people see everything. They are everywhere. Moderators, we have multiple moderators everywhere. Actually, these moderators, other platforms give me all the tea because they like the beefs going. These are regular folks. And one thing about me that I'm different than others, you will have my number. You have my email. You can get kind of very quickly. So they send me all type of information, right? Very quickly, very top information. So I see it all. I get it all. And I say, this is an honor. This is a privilege that these folks are texting me, emailing me, talking. I get it. I love it. Even the so-called haters, you are watching. I get it. It's multiple different double agents. That's why you cannot share personal information with these folks, because they will blast you in a second. Everything that I say public, I'm going to say private. Public, private, it's the same thing. Nothing in-depth personal stuff, because you can't trust these people. These people are unpaid people. You don't never met them. You can't trust them at all. I don't even tell my family different things that are projects that I have in the work, meetings that I have in the work. Some of my family, they do know because they see the Zoom call, but they don't know who I'm talking to. They probably think I'm talking to y'all. But you may not never see it, because then when you say it, then people will be, oh, where's that? It didn't happen. It's a fly. Blah, 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 blah. So, but I don't share with the moderators at all. I don't do it. Like, you don't know who I'm talking to. Like, my moderators, when I did a show, when I taped it, they didn't even know I did it. They were shocked just like everybody else, because I didn't tell a soul. I didn't tell nobody. I share a lot, but some stuff I just will never share. Yeah. But like other stuff, like family, I would share that. That's part of my business. That's what makes me different. I would share all that all day long, talk about all day long. That's part of my comedy. No different than Bernie Mac talking about his sister being on crack. No different me talking about my stepfather being a beta man. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? I talk about that because that's part of my business. That's part of my identity. That's part of my formula. That's part of what makes me different than everybody else. Because can't nobody drag my family, because I do the dragging. So really great. I do the dragon, and I can still talk about they mama. I talk about Miss Mary. I talk about Armon Wiggins' mama. Everybody mama get it. My mama get it, right? So you know your mama don't stand a chance if I talk about my mama. Your mama don't stand a chance. I don't care how much makeup she got. I don't care how big her wig is. That's a lot of makeup. Take that wig off and take off that wig. Take the wig and take the makeup off, and let's have that conversation. Yes, Miss Mary in a walker in the chair. I have a disability as well. One disabled person talk about another disabled person. Next case. Next case, because I'm still going to talk. After you get through yelling, calling in with that deep, raspy voice, guess what? T.S. Madison still going to get this smoke. All right? After you get through all that roo-rah and all that, she going to still get it. Yes, Oliver is a flip-flopper. Yes, Oliver is messy. Yes, Oliver dog T.S. Madison like a dog, and she see it. She act like she don't see it. He does that. This ain't nothing new. Yes, he took pictures of her P.O. bottles and sent it around to people. He have done it. He's a very messy queen. Most people in the gay community, one thing they're very messy. That's why they got a douche, because it's a lot of mess back there. I know they don't want to hear that this morning, but I'm going to say it. You dishing because you are what? Messy. You live in a very messy lifestyle. Meaning, in order for you to ride it, to not have no mess on the plastic, on the sheets, on the towel, you must douche, because it's mess back. All right? but still is residue of the mess. And so that duplicates to your personality of the mess, because you're dealing with a person that lives in a very messy lifestyle. All right? They live a very, very, very messy lifestyle. All they do, drag, messy, 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 messy. I get it. You live a very messy lifestyle. Oh, you're very poopy. You're very poopy. Well, do you understand the type of activity you have to do? They're going back there. What do you do when you sit down at the toilet? You release mess. And that's why they have their pleasure. And you got to douche and flee and clean it. That's the type of lifestyle. And they can't use to see black women. Y'all can't say that because they're going to say to y'all, oh, you homophobic. They can't say that to me. It ain't going to hit right. Because the main thing I'm going to do, I screw plenty men. Help plenty homeless men. Should I show the list of the homeless men that I helped? I had a lot of them on my show. So that ain't going to hit me. You can say that to you blue in the face. Oh, you don't like trans women. There's plenty of trans women that have sex. I'll go get one right now and get on her OnlyFans. I used to be at the door when they used to have their dudes and stuff like that. Should I just go ahead and do that? Because that ain't going to work for me after you get through saying that. After you get to say that ain't going to work for me. That ain't going to work. That works for women, but it ain't going to work for me. Because you can say that all day long to you blue in the face. I'm going to still say what I got to say. Because that ain't nothing but a word. Because as you get through doing that, I'm going to see a good old guy. I'm going to be right up in there. How can I be there? And I'm all up in his walls. Sit down, foolish, stupid. That's dumb. You can't even explain it. You just repeat. Most folks don't even know what homophobic mean and the origin of the word. They just repeating what they heard from somebody that don't know the meaning. Oh, you homophobic. They don't even know the meaning. They don't even know their TC count, the blood type. They don't even know what's going on in their organs, but yet they trying to have a big word. They don't even know what it means. Well, what does it mean? What do it come from? Who created it? Stupid. Like, who created it? They just sit there and talk. This is why they don't fool me. I don't get along with that community. I don't, because they don't make no sense. They don't. They dog each other out. They talk about you like you a dog. They call you F-word, S-word among themselves, and then they come to straight community and want to band together. Sit your stupid self down, dummy. All right? Sit down. It ain't my fault that you gotta squeeze water up there. It ain't my fault. Even when you squeeze it up there, if they hit that spot right, it still come on out. Because you in the area where it's there. You thought you had everything, but somebody got into that crevices, into the depths of that, and hit that spot, and ooh, God. And oops. It's just all on there. It's a mess. Everybody, when you do it, it is a mess. It is a possibility that it's going to come on out on top of you. You're going to stink. It's just going to come on out. It is what it is. Most of these guys that be doing, they got mans where they musty. Can't tell how much must I had in my throat. If he must ain't that clean, must. Stank it, but hey, it don't make me no different. I like it. And most guys, they like it too, because most men are not that clean. You just be there. Most women, y'all say, in the community, they call it man smell, funk, must. But they try to reword it. We gonna call it, I love a little man smell, must, funk, mess. So what they gonna call it? They gonna say, I like a little man smell. Well, ask them, well, what is a man smell? It's funk, mess. So you hear that? They gonna say, well, I like a little man smell. Yeah, what do it? Funk, mess. That's what it is. I'm just letting you know that. And I love the community. It's pleasurable. I love it. back there, it feels nice. It don't top a yoni. It don't. I can say that, and I say it without a doubt. Because I had some yoni. It don't top a yoni. It don't. The yoni is actually, ain't no action, it's better. It is better. Man, in my stomach, I feel a warm sensation. It's better. It is better. I'm gonna be real with you. I know a lot of you guys, but you ain't gonna understand that if you never had it. So you can't speak about it because you don't want it. But I had it, and if I could come to, it's better. It is better. I think about it all the time. Every day I think about it. Only thing that keep me away from it, I don't want to have no kids. And I don't want to strap it up. Somebody said, what is a yoni? What's on your front part? See, I can't get ruthless. I have to use these words, yoni. But on OnlyFans, I mean, yeah, OnlyFans, this like OnlyFans unfiltered on you, on fake, on members only. I can really get it in C word, P word, kitty cat, meow, meow. You know what y'all say. Y'all give it a nickname. I can't even say fish box no more because that's wrong. Go take this fish box. Meow, meow. I think Monique said meow, meow, kitty cat, meow. But they ain't got nothing to say about kitty cat because some of these cats smell bad. But if I say fish, I'm not no stinky fish. But you just call that a kitty cat. Some cats that I smell, ooh, I don't like cats. Woo, some of that, especially cat piss. Woo. Man. But ain't no problem calling it meow, meow. But if I say fish, you'll fit sit your stupid self down. But say what I got to say. Fish ain't bad. And I like it when women, they come and they look so good when they on camera, got to drag. I love when women get on camera and drag me. I love it. It's a turn on. I'm not no stinky fish. I really like it because it turns me on. Because you be angry and upset, and I ain't angry. Because if you ain't no fish, then shut up. Because how do you get to talking? That ain't gonna change my opinion. Then these people, they had a picture of their brother look good. I said, man, the sister and the brother look good. I want y'all both. Let's do a threesome. I mean, good looking brother look good. Look like a whole snack. I'll take both of y'all. Give me that beef and that fish. We just have a whole feast. In the Super 8. Come on. So, I'm just saying that in this morning, because you know I see stuff. And it hit me. I said, oh, that man look good. I said, better watch it. It's going to be a storm going to snatch the man up and slob him down. Man, please. Because women, y'all got to compete with men and women. You don't know what your man wants. These men these days, you don't know. No, you don't. Sit your stupid stuff down. You don't know. You got to pray, Lord. Your prayer is, please, Lord, let him want women only, me only, and don't let him want it up his rep by another man. That's your prayer. If your prayer ain't sound like that, you ain't praying right. Your prayer got to be, Lord, give me the discernment that he don't want me, that he want me only and not my child, not my little boy. Your prayer got to be changed up. I got to say that right now because y'all in a different time. Don't be stupid. If you got teenage boys, children, you got to be careful. Do he want you or do he want your children? We living in that type of time. And we have always lived in that type of time. We just get more information. Your prayer got to change. And don't you be so desperate. I got to say that for free in this morning show. You know, I got to preach to you. And I'm saying it early. You got to be careful now. You think that man just won't, you know he don't. He can't stand your guts. He looking at your babies. So you better pay attention and change up that prayer. It's difficult. We in the last days, and men are become lovers of themselves. So women, don't you be stupid. And brothers, you gotta watch some women, because there are a lot of sick women out here. It was just an allegation that came up with our what was that? Shaun brother said her cousin touched him, or their cousin touched him and messed him up. And people, they pushed that under the rug. He's just a clout chaser. Because men don't believe. There's people that don't believe that young teenage boys or young men can get violated by a woman. Because it's not being broadcast like that. But that's going on. It's a lot of sick women. You think that woman wants you, she wants your 13-year-old boy, 14-year-old, 15-year-old teenager. So you got to watch the women. You got to watch everybody around your children. Everybody. Because we're living in that time. It could be your own. It happened. And the stories have happening. But when it comes to women, of course, they don't hardly believe. We're just now opening up to believing. But brothers, if they say that, man, please. Oh, he ain't nothing but a clout sheet. They'll laugh. Oh, you know you like it. Man, it's okay. You're a man. Don't be weak. It's happening more than what we realize. I don't know why I'm on that subject, but we're going to be on that subject whether you want to hear it or not. It's the morning show. All right, whether you want to hear it or not, we here. Whether you want to hear it or not, we are here in this. It's only one morning show like that, because I feel like in the morning, if you can't laugh in the morning, something wrong with you. Because some of y'all be so pissed in the morning, you frustrated, horny, and you bitter. You mad at the world, you need to laugh in the morning. Some of y'all cuss in the morning. Give me a B. Some of y'all cussing, and if you cussing in the morning, something wrong with your life. You got to change that up. In the morning, I can understand when in the evening, at night. In the morning, you pissed, something wrong. You know, in the morning, your voice supposed to be deeper, soft-spoken. And you walking up just cussing. You live a chaotic life. Something wrong with that. I don't want to wake up like that. Gotta cuss you out in the morning. It's early in the morning. The birds ain't out chirping. And you cussing. Mad at the world. You know, when you get up in the morning, it's supposed to be calm, like quiet, and then it's supposed to heat up as the day progresses. But if you on 10 in the morning, something wrong, that's too much. Some people just wake up angry. But I love the morning show because I love it and I appreciate it. And the more that you do it, I love it. And y'all are rewarding me. Why? Y'all can do better on the money department. That's fine. But y'all damn sure y'all in here watching. So I love that. Oh, Wiley up in the morning. So guess what? You going to get up in the morning because you don't know what I'm going to say in the morning. It's unpredictable. You just can't judge me by the title. It's hard to judge me by the title. It goes by the spirit. Wiley, you don't know what I'm going to talk about in the morning. You just got to be here. Creators are looking. Is he going to talk about me today? Sit on down. Pop that pill. Drink that liquor. I may get to you. But just sit and wait your turn. People ain't got no haircut. Wait. Nutty folks that need to be in the hospital. Wait. Calling my phone. Stupid. Jaguar, Wright. Stupid hell. Calling my phone. Let's put her on the screen here. We just gonna say this. We gonna get to these topics. But I gotta follow the spirit right now. Do we have Jag on or a picture of Jaguar, Wright? Let's add her on the screen here. Calling my phone. Hey, Wiley, this Jag. Yes. I need to get Armon Wiggins' number because I don't like Michael Braggs and I want to join him to take him down. Can you please give me that? I said, no, I cannot. I can't give you the number. If you want to talk to Michael Braggs, go send Armon an email and you reach out. I'm not getting involved in your mess. If you want to go talk to him about Michael Braggs, you go talk about Michael Braggs with Armon. Send him an email. And then somebody was on the three-way. I said, y'all get involved on there. And y'all talk to Armon. It ain't going to work because you connected with a person want to try to fight on, it ain't gonna work at all because you're trying to use Armon to do all that. He ain't gonna give Michael Braggs or your nutty self, any attention. He dropped that grease box. His platform ain't never been the same, and he ain't gonna deal with you unless he just ain't gonna deal with you, honey. You old news. You're not hot like you once were for the Armon Wiggins show. Now, when it first started, when you was talking about Summer Walker, when you talk about all the people when you was first hot, you decided to go to Storm. But if Armon Wiggins do it, should do it on a StreamYard, pre-recorded, and edit out you name dropping other creators, stupid, and try to give them clout. He need to block that all out and then get to the meat and potatoes, because you like to go overboard and everything like that. So if you want to get Armon Wiggins interview, he needs to do it like that, because you ain't going to do nothing but call out these other creators to help these other people because you like division and chaos. That interview with Armon Wiggins needs to be pre-recorded so he can edit out half that crap you trying to say. Yeah. Just like when you interview with Storm, he said, don't say Armon Wiggins' name. You ain't going to comply with that. You love to just say name to create chaos because you thought you was going to do it with me, but we kept the pressure on you. And you still call it. And then you say, I do it free. Of course you're going to do it free because you didn't charge me. You're going to do it for free. You nutty. Everything you going to do is for free. You acting a fool for free. Okay? You living on somebody else's house for free. So everything you have done for most of your adult stupid life, you've been doing it for free. So go right ahead. But I ain't giving you no number. I ain't giving you his number at all. Only number you gonna get is the 611. Go get you some help. That's the only number you gonna get from me. That's the only number you gonna get from me. Is the number 611. What is the number when you need help? 6, the 1, and the 1. Because you say, I need his number. What you need is some treatment, psycho, stupid. You can't use me, do your dirty work. Get your black behind up, you call your dumb self. Stupid. You're not using me for that. You had an opportunity. You effed it up. You want to be over there with Storm. That didn't work out right. You don't have the clout anymore like you used to. You just don't. You are in the bottom of the barrel. That's what you are. And you have pending charges. Pending charge. That's where your focus should be. It's calling a lawyer outside the public defender, because it's probably not going to be good to have that public defender than versus you having a private attorney. Remember, I went through legal problems, and I had a public defender, and he hardly called me, and I had to fire him. Got me a black man. We called him. He talked to the lawyer. He transferred it. We got the ball moving. But you can't afford that. And I had way less followers than you, way less recognition. I was not a professionally known singer. You are, and you can't do that. You're joining psycho people that want to be a lawyer, ain't smart enough to pass the exam, the LSAT, ain't smart enough to do it. Only thing they know how to do, they learn a couple of pieces of legal language from Google, and that's how they do it. They're not that successful. They ain't successful at all. They are a failure. You're hanging around people that have failed in life. Have you wondered, the people that you hang around, they don't get along with their family? Not around with their family, they just talking, connected with you. You a failure, he a failure, everybody around you failure. The girlfriend you with is a failure. She can't even eat your box right. She's a failure. Everybody that you come in contact, failure, failure, failure. And you are a failure. I talk about you because I don't care to talk about you. I talk about you and don't. You keep calling my phone. You keep calling my phone all day long, talking stupid, and you want to get Armon Wiggins' number. Why do you keep calling me for Armon Wiggins' number? Stop trying to get me in that beef. You go talk to Armon Wiggins from Michael Braggs. And Michael brags, we tried to warn Michael, but he's stupid. He's a little slow. He's probably smart school-wise, or he probably just cheated doing school, because he can't be that smart doing school, just stupid on YouTube. He allowed to get tricked out of his spot because he connected with Shaun Davy Way. Snagger tooth, raggedy tooth decay. And he got tricked out of his spot. He decided to take a risk, leave Armon to join you, and it ain't working. I would really say, oh, this is good because it's working, but it's not working. It have literally ended. His career have not been the same. Music career never took off. So he have his own issues. Maybe he should have continued, and only advice I can give, Brother Michael, he should have continued to kiss whatever you were selling, because it was working for him on the viewpoint. Being the enemy ain't working. Being the enemy ain't working for him. So I get it, but it's stupid. It's dumb. Ain't nowhere in the world might be in LA. I'm going to say this again. And you mean to tell me you let a white woman, Megan Cuniff, getting all this clout, and you in LA? That goes for Armon. I can't really call him against it because he got his paper. But Brother Michael, you need to be in the courthouse. You need to sleep at the courthouse. Any case, you need to be breaking it down. But you choose the gutter? The garbage can? Nutty people? Oh, no, Brother Michael. Then you had a relationship with Tasha K? And you choosing the garbage? And you in LA? Stupid. So, you just dumb. Ain't no way in the world I will be in LA next to the courthouse. Ain't breaking no trial, no case. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Then you were friends with then you do a show with and do all of this stuff. And here you are with NeNe, and NeNe getting this. You're supposed to be, so you're learning from, see, Armon said something. I didn't want to believe. He said you was hard-headed. Now that I see it, sometimes you just got to sit back and see it. You're very hard-headed. You don't like to listen. Because you was around NeNe. She taught you how to use the system. She teach you how to do it. You don't want to do it. You're there in LA. I'm learning from Armon Wiggins. I've never been in that man's presence. I don't even know how his breath smell, how his lips look in person. I don't know if he talk. I don't know how he look in person. I don't know his interaction in person. You've been around him. You was in the bed with him. You was in the same tub or something. And you going through, and you in the gutter with Jag? Maybe you should have listened to Armon Wiggins. You should have. Ain't no maybe. You should have. It did not work for you. Now, what you could have done with Armon, you could have leveraged that relationship correctly and stop repeating yourself and really be you. Really be who you are. But I think you wanted to become this character because you was insecure of how you talked or insecure about your knowledge. So you became this buffoon, and you're not a smart buffoon. Then you go to your platform and you beg for 3 hours before you even get to the content. You begging for 55 hours before you even get to the story. That had to change. Then you promoted this nutcase. Now she dragging you. She took the audience because they only was watching you because of the nutcase. Do you see it, sir? Stupid. Open your eyes. They only gave you them clicks and views not because of your skill set, because Jag took over the show. It was Jag's show. She just sat and read. Whatever voice was in her head, she repeated it on the show. And you just sat there, all right, okay, yes, all right. That's all you can say. She doing all the talking. It was her show. Everywhere she goes, she take over. She couldn't take over this show because we know how to deal with nutty people. You know when she came in? She left. She can't handle. But she can take over your show because you weak and stupid. She'll just take over the shut up. It's my show. Sit your sweaty town. It's my show. Everything, everywhere she goes, she take over. She can run over weak beta men. She can't handle alpha. It disrupts her. She can't handle it. She can't. And she watching. She can't handle no alpha. She come a little calm. You trying to trigger me, and then she get triggered. You're triggering me. Maybe we know all your spots. We know how to trigger you and make you come. Yes, we can make her come. Absolutely. We made her come faster than her girlfriend. They couldn't get her trigger and come. Brother Wiley can. I'm a professional. I know how to make nutcase come. I'm a professional to make nutty people come. I get it. Yeah, you think you gonna be the real side gonna come? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me hit that nutty part. Cling, 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 and start cussing. You ain't that healed and delivered. Man, I made you come. Sit down. You might as well dump that woman. If I can make you come from 1,000 miles, you don't need that woman. She can't make you come like me. I'm a real alpha man. I made you come from 1,000 miles away, and you were upset. And you still calling me because I made you come. It's that simple. Now, come got different meaning. Whatever how you think the come mean, still call it. Hey, Wiley, it's Jack. Yeah, of course you're going to keep calling me because I know how to make you come. Of course you're going to keep calling me. Hey, Wiley, it's Jaguar. Right. I know, babe. What you got to say? What nutty thing you got to say today? I need Armon Wiggins' number. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give you his number, all right. That's what she does. And so we sit here and we have these conversations. And Armon, we can see it. He just don't want to deal with her because he don't want to give her clout because he don't want to be used by these other people that's going to leech and ride that wave. Armon ain't stupid. They don't even know how to leverage it right. We never met Armon Wiggins. But if we was in the same place, it would be so much press because we would know how to do it. I ain't going to tell you what we're going to do. You just got to sit and listen. But one thing you will know, I ain't going to be drunk and I will have a haircut. I look decent and fly. The best it could be from Walmart. It'll be clean and pressed and starch. The socks might stand up by itself, but it's starch, looking good, smelling good. Hair cut. Face is greasy. If I had to slap Vaseline, it's going to be looking good. Y'all don't know how to do it. Y'all was ghetto, ratchet, stupid people. And we just talking about it. Hair ain't cut. So when she called me last night, and imagine I was tired. She called me. She called me last night. What time did she call me last night? Hold on, because I was sitting down. I was trying up here watch my show and put alcohol on my ankle and knee because my knee was hurt. She called me at 10:51 p.m. and we spoke for 49 seconds. I ain't going to be speaking with you 49 seconds. She called me at 10:51 p.m. and we spoke for 49 seconds. See, with nutty people, you can't speak long. I'm not going to, nope. I got off the phone quick. And I did that because she got to understand I'm an alpha and a man. And I told her to call me during business hours. We got off that phone. I don't play that. I run you, you don't run me. So we shall see if she have an interview with Armon. I think it would be great. I'm not going to say it's not going to be great, but I can make you come in 49 seconds. If you want to do it, then you reach out to him. That's the proper protocol. That's the proper protocol. And the proper protocol would be, that's the thing, if you really serious, though, you just want mess. No, it's multiple other things that we can talk about. And I want to say this to the audiences out there. I get it that y'all want me to talk about her every day. But I don't watch her. Only time when I'm talking about her, either she called me or text me or something. That's just how it is. Even with the part of the whole Shaun David, I don't hardly mention him because I don't watch his content. I don't. I'm getting away even watching Armon Wiggins content, and that was my favorite. He still is my favorite celebrity. That's my brother, but I don't watch him. Why? I'm so freaking busy. I'm so freaking busy. So I rarely watch him like I used to. I can't even listen to his station. I'm tired. I mean, listen to 5 or 6 minutes of it. I can't even listen. Back in the day, I would listen to the beginning, middle, end. I fast forward through all the music, but now I can't. I'm so busy because I'm trying to see what else can I talk about to top what I talked about yesterday. Because most of the stuff is predictable. You're talking to what mostly gay men that are barbs, and that's who you mostly talking about. All right. Yeah, so let me get into that because this whole Ken like Barbie, and then we're gonna get to other stuff here. The whole Ken like Barbie and Akbar. So Akbar, she wrote a tweet, right? And she wrote a tweet saying that Armon and Ken can both sit in the street while the bus coming. Both of you ain't nothing but some B word, A D word in the B word. Amen. Keep speaking on women who don't know y'all and doing better than y'all. So keep talking is not doing S word, but making me do what the F I want. Hashtag bullying back. So now Akbar is saying something back. In this video, got 9,000 views, 30 reposts, 5 quotes, 237 likes, 6 bookmarks. That's very low numbers. Armon Wiggins get higher numbers than that. So does Ken Barbie. All right, Ken like Barbie. So that's how that goes. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. And so when I was listening to a little piece of Armon's show, these people that are barbs, most of them are gay men, right? Bottoms, you could tell. I could smell I could smell the douche grease, and they was up there defending Nicki Minaj over and over and over, and most of them, but Nicki have not done nothing for the LGBT community. She have not donated to LGBT community events. She never performed at a gay pride. She never did an HIV awareness for gay pride. But most of artists like gay men, y'all giving her this credit like she Jesus Christ, and she don't care nothing about the gay community at all. At all. She will allow you to do her makeup, do her hair. But what have she done? Have she went to a club? Have she performed at a drag show? Have she gave back to the community? Hell no. She don't care nothing about y'all. She don't care. Anyway, so but again, y'all defend her over and over and over. I get it. And so Armon was going back and forth with the whole thing with Akbar not getting the promo from Nicki Minaj. I get it. I understand. He's exactly right. She's not getting the promo from Nicki Minaj at all. We understand this. Armon did not lie. He told the truth about that. She's not getting the promo from Nicki Minaj. I've said it, and I'm getting harassed to this day on my phone and cussed out, called F word from a free text number or whatever they call that stuff. And so I get it. But again, Akbar have to understand that kissing Nicki Minaj's butt is not going to make the barbs like you, because Armon asks a question, and this segment that I watch and listen to, he said, do you listen to Akbar's music? And the barbs on the phone said, no, I don't listen to Akbar music. So that proved his point, right? Y'all don't even care about Akbar, but y'all deal with her because she does Nicki Minaj dirty work. That proves Armon Wiggins' argument. And what Armon Wiggins should do, he should have hung up the phone, because all she does is kiss Nicki Minaj's butt, and it's not translated to real organic support for her own music, for her own engagement at all. Because trying to do a record to sound like Nicki, I mean, not sound like Nicki, but uplift her to pay homage is stupid. It's too rushed. You need to have something of your own identity. Stop picking up people dirty bags and dirty trash and picking up their battles. Create your own sound. Do your own interview. Stop arguing with these people. Stop arguing with these bloggers. It's not helping you. No blogs picked it up. They don't care nothing about this, Akbar. You're not there. You are still considered an independent, low-budget SoundCloud type of artist. You just so happened to get lucky to work with one of the biggest artists in the world, Nicki Minaj, but that song did not go anywhere at all. It did not. It wasn't iconic. It wasn't no ladies' night. She did that to show the world that I could work with other female rappers. It was rushed. It did not make any sense. It did not chart. It did not go number one. It did not go number one. It did not go number one. So now you're still arguing and cussing out Cardi and all of these people for Nicki, and Nicki don't even care, because when you came out with your record, she did not repost it. She did not put it in the story. Hey, go stream this. None of that. So you got to understand. You know this. I'm not telling you something that you don't know, but you think kissing Nicki Minaj's butt would work, and this have not worked for you. It worked for Doja Cat, because she took some of her audience. And to this day, a lot of barbers listen to Doja Cat because Doja is talented. They'll say publicly, oh, I don't like Doja Cat, she's trash. But privately, you're streaming. The numbers prove it itself. The numbers with Doja Cat, it proved itself that she is a threat to Nicki Minaj. And she even say, I sound like Nicki, blah, 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 whatever. But she's talented. Regardless of what it is, Doja Cat, she's a little cuckoo, but she's talented. And that's just how that goes. She's a very talented woman. But is she nutty? Absolutely. Doja Cat is nutty. But everybody love them some Doja Cat. A lot of people do. I love her. I underestimated her because of her antics. But once you go over to her show, it's good. Once you go over to her music, it's good music. Have she lost a lot of followers? Yes, she have. But followers, that ain't nothing. As long as you're streaming. And if she have a concert, her concert gonna be packed. Because she's talented. You cannot deny the talent of Doja Cat. Is she a little nutty on social media? Can she be going through a breakdown? Or could this be something to keep her in the media? Yeah, because we all talking about her. So you're gonna always stream her music. Akbar don't have that. She don't. She's arguing with Armon and stuff like that. And what will help your career, Akbar, is for you to go on Armon Wiggins' show or come on my show. But you need to go on people's shows. But going on Twitter ain't going to happen. Twitter is dying out, to be honest. It's more like a video podcast industry now. It's dominating. So you need to go over there and have these conversations. But let's be clear, Armon Wiggins is known as a talented personality. He's an online personality. We all knew that Nicki was talking about him because she said something about online personality. She's talking about Armon Wiggins. No, she didn't put an address on it, but we know who she's talking about. Come on now. Just like when Armon feel like when he throwing out shots, they know when you're talking about Wiley. Come on, stupid. Like, you're not that smart. You can't be speaking all these parables like because you're acting like the Barbs are stupid. And then sometimes, Armon, you act like your audience, the B&B squad, are just dummies. They know exactly who you're talking about. They know exactly who are you talking about. They know it. They get it. That's why you don't talk about us on YouTube. You'll give us a shout out when it need be, because we be the only one in your corner talking about your successes. Yeah, you got to take my roast and gag, but these other Negroes ain't talking about your successes, breaking down your interview because they jealous of your success. But you already know this. You know it. And one day, when you get really drunk, and I mean you get about 3 extra large Percocets, you're going to spill the tea, and I'm waiting on that day. It's going to come. And you do throw out your shots. Look at the success I got. I got all these write-ups, and I'm doing good. I know who you're talking about. You talk about me because I'm not in that zone. I'm not trying to compete and get all them write-ups. Who gives a damn about those write-ups? It don't bother me at all. But I know who you're talking about. They used to get write-ups. Ain't nobody writing about them at all. That stormed and dried up. So I get it. And it's still an unspoken beef about that. So I understand. I get it. I see you watching me like I watch you. You up early in the morning. Hey, Akbar, you can stay right here. And y'all send it to Akbar. Maybe she'll come on the show because she ain't got that many followers that she can't see the Wiley show. So make sure y'all tag her and say she need to watch the Wiley show. All you messy people with them troll pages, let her know. Because I'm going to drag her too because she's a stupid mother as well. And her children should go to the state right now. Because you're too busy arguing with other people. You need to be raising the babies and have a family channel and maybe and let your children be on the background. Maybe your music will stream more. But back to Armon. We go live in the morning. He want to do an early morning show. I tell you, these people, they watch. But I think it's an honor because he watched me like I watch him. He watching right now. And he go early, up early. His people see it. I see everything. No, let's not play stupid. And I already told the Barbs, and shout out to Lipstick Alley because y'all gave me and Armon Wiggins our own thread. So we finally made it. You up on there. And I didn't even hear Milagro Grams because she ain't nothing but a flip-flopper as well. And that's why she ain't gonna get no more sit-down interview. She never had a sit-down interview with Nikki. The only thing she gonna get is a station there, but she ain't had no sit-down. She even on there. Oh yes, and all this type of stuff. She ain't no but flip Barb. She can't be trusted. She ain't no real Barbs. And we're gonna talk about it in that short. She cannot be trusted. Because you know Armon Wiggins drags Nikki. And why you up on that Milagro Grams? You are pathetic and you cannot be trusted. You are pathetic. You can't be trusted. They said, don't say that her kids don't deserve that just because she's not the brightest son. Oh, yeah, they're going to get it too. I ain't saying nothing too bad about the kids. I say the kids probably need to be with a good, beautiful white family, and then her kids could sing in the background. Maybe she'll get more streams. But she always talking about her kids, so why can't I not talk about them? And if they ain't bad, if they don't hit, you must have quit. All right. So, but back to our mind. So he up early, super early doing shows. We see everything, but these people act like they don't see us. We see because if I don't see it, y'all gonna screen record it and send it to me all day long. And then Milagro, you talking about Jason and Wiley do stuff all for attention. I think she said Jason and myself. Girl, you do stuff for attention. Get half naked. You doing it for attention. So let's not act like you don't do things for attention, honey. Sit down. We all on the internet for attention. That argument is whack. Go back to the drawing board. Okay, get you some sleep. Come back with another sexy thumbnail and some more filters. And then you come on back with another argument because that is stupid. Yes, I do things for attention. Next, just like you yell and cuss folks out for attention. All right? Let's be understanding of that. So when it comes to this whole Akbar situation, Shawnee, I'm sad for her because she's trying to find her way as an artist. She's trying to find her way, but I think that she needs to stop focusing on the beef and focus on the lyrics and get a hit. Lotto didn't get into the beefs. And if she did get into it, she used that. Let's just say for she did get into a big beef, right? She puts it in the music, and it's good, and it's popping. She had a #1 record. She had a top 10. She had a record with Mariah Carey. She was nominated for a Grammy. I predict that she will win a Grammy next year. So she's doing it. Worked for Lotto because everybody is not meant to be Nicki Minaj guard dog. Sometimes you gotta go try to snatch the crown. It worked for Lotto. You could tell that she's hungry. It worked for Doja Cat. You could tell she's hungry. It's working for Megan Thee Stallion. You could tell she's hungry. And what Nicki Minaj tried to do, she's trying to gather her troops. It's not really working for Ice Spice like that. It worked for that one record, but eventually Ice Spice is going to have to branch off from that because Nicki is becoming old news. This is like the last pop era you're going to see of her. This is it for Nicki. Cardi have came for the crown, and Cardi is coming. And they're going to support Cardi heavy. Cardi got the best producers, the best writers, the best everything, and everybody is looking forward to her second album. And it's going to be good. She's going to have the best features that money can buy. She got the Bruno Mars under her coat. She got the Lizzo. She got so many other artists that she can work with that are very big, powerful artists that really going to dominate this culture. And we're going to see it. And then that'll let us know. And then she got to have a war too. And I'm going to say it again. We will never know who the true queen are in rap until both of them go on tour and whoever sell the most tickets. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's just who have the most tickets, the most successful tickets. And that's when you'll let you know who the true queen. That's why neither one of them want to put a tour together. That's why Nicki Minaj is working really hard to keep putting a date because she don't want it to come out that Cardi outsold her with her second album. She don't want that, but she know it's a possibility that it could happen because she don't know what Cardi B got under her belt. Because Cardi have not put out any snippets yet of what her debut music, not the music that she working with Offset, but her up and coming album. Because the previous album was dope. It was really good. Singers on there. It was just a dope album. She did not try to do all the singing. She had singers on the album. So let's see how this second album is going to be as well. Then folks were talking about Armon Wiggins and him criticized again. He's a flip flopper. I'm a flip flopper. Next. Sometimes he's gonna be Team Cardi. Sometimes he's gonna be against Cardi. Sometimes he's gonna be Team Nicki. Sometimes he's gonna be against Team Nicki. He's gonna always be able to, because you pin both groups against each other, and guess what? Y'all all watching and sucking and eating it up. So that's just how it is. Next thing you know, he's gonna stop talking about them because they're gonna be some has-beens. Gonna be other rappers that are coming, and they're coming very fast. The floodgates are opening up with female rappers. There's so many female rappers that have came to the business. They are here. Okay? They are here. And I see it. And then people are saying that Nicki Minaj say I'm unsubscribed. It's good. I don't give a world what you say. Well, what you think about my channel and all that type of stuff. That's your opinion. That is your opinion, and I'm going to get mad, and they're going to stop me for having an opinion about Nicki Minaj. The problem is stop drinking that unicorn juice and open up your eyes that Nicki Minaj ain't the same how she once was. Her records is not hitting like it once was. All this pop, hip-hop, it ain't working for her like it was. Well, the formula is drying up. She's going to have to understand that she got to really go to the drawing board. Lotto is hitting it right now. And Nicki Minaj did not do Barbie World by herself. She had to do it with Ice Spice. Actually, Ice Spice is helping Nicki Minaj more than Nicki Minaj is helping Ice Spice. Let's be technical on there. That Nicki Minaj would not be on that record if it wasn't for Ice Spice. Because that Barbie movie was mostly catered towards white people in the first place. But Ice Spice looked like one of us, so we will put her on the program. Let's be clear. Y'all are drinking that unicorn juice. Nicki Minaj is riding Ice Spice wave. It's not the other way around, and Ice Spice know it. But she not stupid enough to burn that bridge because Nicki Minaj do have a powerful base. It's a powerful base on the internet. It's not as powerful as buying her records at a very high space because the sales, every sale have been declining. So that's my opinion. And just like everybody have a body part, everybody have an opinion. And if you disagree with it, you can call in and you can have your opinion. But the problem is you're not going to call in because you're probably Nicki Minaj yourself. All right? And then they said, you have been pinning, I don't care, I will pin women, men, and children against each other. And who going to stop me from doing that? They've been doing this since the beginning of time. I understand. I get it. I've been doing it, pinning them against each other, just like the Chloe and Halle. I'm still getting dragged about that, but it's my opinion. You're watching me for my opinion. All right? I just had to say that with that. We'll open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in if y'all want to say something when it call in here. I gotta say this. I'm gonna get to the political stuff. Then I'm going to go back to the celebrity gossip stuff really quickly here. I want to get into this Jamal Green piece, and I want to say shout out to Jamal Green because he have met with the mayor. He's going to open up a community center and help the young people out. He met with Brandon Johnson there, and I love the fact that he's doing it. I love the fact that he's out there working on the behalf of the community because young folks need it. They don't want carjack. They need to be in a community center, and hopefully we have mental health services and help and try to get the parents to be in a community center too because they need some community service as well to how to be parent. There need to be some parenting classes. There need to be some job training for the parents. Actually, it need to be a community center for the youth and for the parents so they can get better jobs so they can be there for their children as well. So I believe that it needs to be a 24-hour or a Monday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., especially during the summer. And then when they go to school, it needs to be from 3:30 all the way up to like 9:30 p.m. It needs to be that where they have choir, band, technology, all type of services there, GED classes for the parents. There need to be so much activity there because it's to help that next generation so they can go back to their community and help rebuild it. So yes, I believe he needs to have that community center for the young people. Y'all need to let the brother do it. If you want to help, give him finances, let him put some of his money towards that because he is a real estate agent and he have commercial properties and stuff like that. The brother have just got 3 or 4. He have so many people have became homeowners because he negotiated so many great deals for them. So he's been doing a lot of great work. And he's not on the internet beefing, suing, all that. He's actually doing the work, helping people become homeowners. In the process, telling them how to do it, negotiating seller credits where you don't have to put a lot of money down as the closing costs, helping you get the grants so you can help with the down payment, etc. It's a lot of things that he is doing to help his community. But the problem is you don't see enough of that being talked about because it's too positive. They're not going to put him wall-to-wall coverage of him helping Black folks become homeowners. Why? Because then more Black people will reach out to him and say, I would love to become a homeowner. How do I fix my credit? How do I get into the game? They don't want that. They always want Black folks to be the victim. They want them being dependent upon them. They don't want them to get out of poverty. Because when you're out of poverty, I can't control you anymore. So what he's doing, he's changing the narrative with so many lives and say, hey, you could become a homeowner. Some people already had the credit to become a homeowner. They thought they needed an 850 credit score. He said, no, you could do it with a 600 and some odd credit score. A lot of people did not know it, that you could do it at that point. But that's why, because of my people perish for the lack of knowledge. And he gives them the knowledge, and they're learning the game, saving, and they're becoming homeowners, which that is power. That is generational wealth. That is equity. There's so many things that you can do when you're in the real estate market, when you own property. It's good. It's a good thing to have. And it's a very good thing that a young brother that's under the age of 30 is doing that. That is great. It is powerful to see that. But of course, we would love to see more of this on a national scale, but they're not going to do that on a national scale because they don't want Black folks to be property owners. Do you really want to think they want 300,000 more African Americans becoming homeowners? 2 million more Black folks becoming home? No, because it shifts. Then you will have the wealth gap with to becoming in from the Black and the wealth gap. They don't want that. But it is Black folks that are doing it anyhow. Said, nope, they're becoming it because that's where the power lies. Not in renting an apartment and owning. That's where the power comes. It's a lot of things you can leverage when you own your own stuff than renting it. There's a lot you can do when you own your own stuff. A lot you can do. Owners think differently than renters. Your thought process is different. So it's nothing bad if you need to rent. Hey, I rent, so it's nothing bad with it. But you're in a whole nother mindset when you own, when it's yours. It's your backyard. It's your property. It's your duplex. It's yours. Especially in a whole nother ballpark. It's paid off. Man, you really doing it. And then you about to get another property. Oh, man, you doing it. You living the American dream. Awake. You ain't sleeping. You wide awake. And you living that dream. So that's a blessing. So that's how that go. So my mindset have changed. And that's what we becoming in. So next year, I was like, okay, there we go. I got the plan. So now I take credit very serious. I'm always looking at my credits. Okay, it's fair. Okay, how can I get it up? Okay. Got to keep the credit utilization down. Okay, when do y'all report it to the credit union? Okay, on the 19th. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's at 30% before y'all report it to the credit. So you learn these different trades. Okay, let me get line of credit. It's a difference between a secure credit card and an unsecured. Unsecured credit will always top secure credit. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to use your credit to help you. and paying it on time. Don't have these huge balances. Learn how to use the credit to help your business, to help you financially. So it's so much that you can learn from that. And then you're talking to investors, right? And I thank God that I know people that's in the business. Now, when I first met Jamal Green, he was a YouTuber, a kid, doing movies. He was doing like comedic YouTube stuff. That's how long he was a kid. I was a couple of years older than him. He was a kid, though. I watched him on YouTube. And then he became this activist. I've seen his come up. So certain people I can really talk about because I've seen the man come up. You know how some people say they active, you ain't never seen him out? But that brother I've seen out. I've seen his work. I've seen his work. I've seen his work. Yeah. And keep it lower than 30%. You're right about that. But I've seen his work. I've seen it for myself. So some folks I can, just like we had Tyrone Muhammad, I seen that brother's work before he went to City Hall about the migrant situation. I seen his work. So when I seen his work, I said, you got to come back on the Wiley show. And Jamal know exactly. He said, hello, Mr. Wiley from the Wiley show. He knows like, well, because I've been doing it. Because when I first started Blog Talk Radio, and we interviewed Trina Braxton, he was my guest on the show with Trina Braxton. Trina Braxton came on first. Oh no, she came on after them. And they came on the show. It was him, and it was another artist. Can't think of his name. Malachi. Let me see if I can find. It was a singer that was really big. He got signed too, but I've been following him before he got signed. What was his name? It starts with an M. I want to say Malachi, but I can't think of that. But he was a singer on YouTube because it was really big, you know, doing like singing, like Chloe Halle used to do, like singing songs, and he got signed. But before he got signed, he came on the Wiley show. And Jamal had them both on the Wiley show with Trina Braxton. Because I said this going to be a show with a lot of people because Trina's sharing it on her Twitter. So we did that. That's when Black Family Values first started. So I remember that. I didn't know that he was going to become good in real estate and do all of this stuff and become this good businessman in the community. I didn't know he was going to be fighting with Chase and having Chase shook in that they had to invest some money and then ban them from all the Chase branches. I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know I was going to be sitting on YouTube and going to a campaign of him running for. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Didn't know that. But this is why it's good to be consistent because you never know what life it is. Is I'm jealous of him? No, because that's a good thing because he's helping me become a better man. And just because he's younger than you don't mean he can't teach you something. Yes, you should be able to learn from a child. You should be learning to be learned from anything. From nature. That would be so big in your ego that you can't learn from the next person. So I went to his real estate thing that he had, met the lady, and it was a blessing. Had a conversation with my mother, and she's in the process of getting her real estate license. She said, that's correct. So it's a blessing to have your mother get into real estate, that knowledge and those connections. We go into a thing next week, and then having that connection with Jamal. So I love that. And it helped making me a better man. I get it. I love it. And so when we have these in-depth conversations, I will never stop talking about the successes that is going on in the community, because sometimes we give all the bad stuff, all the publicity, and we give none of the good, no publicity. So I want to give the good publicity as well. So we do have people that have given back to the community, helping the community. One of the greatest help you can do is making them become homeowners and educating them how to become homeowners. And some people he turned away because he'll tell them, if you can't afford to pay your rent, you can't afford to become no homeowner, to pay mortgage and taxes, stuff like that. So I love the fact that he keep it real with his people. And I love that how he's educating his folks as well and bringing experts to help you in an area that you need help. Most folks need help in the credit department because we don't know. And I'm still learning about credit because there's so much. But once you learn, it becomes second nature. It becomes like, okay, woo, you can wake up in your sleep. You're learning this stuff. So I'm so hopefully Brandon, the mayor, Brandon Johnson, make sure he get this community center because he need it. This good, it will be great for the community. Because you have all of these buildings. Y'all ain't doing nothing. There's just number rotten. So why not give a grant to him to remodel this and have it for the youth if you really want to help with crime? And then if you have those centers, just starting with that area and then move it and then have in different areas in the city, you will see crime go down, right? You will see crime go down. Just like in Indiana, they decided in Indiana to close like gas stations for a certain amount of the time because crime is so high in most of those gas stations at night. So what is they doing now? They voted, I think in Hammond, Indiana, to shut the gas station down from 12 to 5. Even though a lot of gas owners, they're upset, they're mad, but Hammond, they said our police resource, we answering all of these calls at these gas stations. So they want to say, let's shut it down. They did the same thing with a lot of clubs now. Remember back in the day in clubs, you used to be in a club for about 3, 4, 5, 6 to 4, 5, 7 in the morning. Most of these cities said, no, you got to end at 2 a.m. And then if anything bad happened, we shut you down for about 120 days. So because there used to be so much violence in a lot of these clubs, a lot of people getting popped at clubs. So the cities, in most of these cities, they have tackled down on the nightlife. Even though it's bad for like owners, but the crime is just ridiculous. And they noticed, they started looking at the data. They said around this area, after 2 a.m., 3, 4, it's all this crime. So they cut it down to 2. Then if you have a situation in your club, you got to shut down. You make it shut down for 6 months, a year, until a judge say yay or nay. But the city or the police in some of these departments have the authority to shut you down for a safety violation, for a safety risk. So, but yeah, it's just a good thing that, you know, it is places that are trying to keep their crime things down. They're trying different things to see what work. And it all happens from the local and state level. And this is why we're going to get more and more people from the local level and community activists like Jamal Green to get involved. And he understands not just to help your community, you got to be more proactive by investing and educating your folks on the financial part, that you don't have to be on the front lines all the time, you know, fighting for justice and equality. You got to educate folks to get involved, because there's multiple programs that can help African-American people become the best person, man or woman they could be. But they got to get that knowledge and understanding. And one thing that you have to understand is credit. Credit is king. It is. It is what it is. It is king. You got to understand that. You got to understand about budgeting. You got to understand about being consistent. You got to understand where to spend your money and where not to spend your money, because you have to understand all of this. Okay, you really have to understand all of this. So this is why I get more involved with the city hall meetings. We have a village meeting out here where I say we're going to go out to that and talk with the people there. We have a brother that let me see, when is that? Oh, child, even look at my calendar. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see, where is that at? And then I see y'all in here. Someone said there was, okay, at a gas station down the road, a M-word at 10 a.m. in the morning. I've seen an increase in armed security at gas stations because of the problems. Yeah, so you don't understand what I'm saying, at 10 in the morning. So now they have to have that, because you know why? Because they don't want to get shut down. They have to have that because they don't want to get shut down. I get it. And that's why we, as a brothers and sisters, that we have to learn about our community and what's going on in our community. We have to. Because if you don't, you will continue to go through. If you don't, you will continue to suffer. Now that I know you can leave one, then go to, yeah. And so again, it all depends. Right, you're talking about Atlanta. maybe because your area, they're more catering towards that. But if the wrong person get popped in public outrage and they apply public outrage to City Hall, that will all change. It all depends on that. You may live in a place like it's most other places where you could do that, but things have shifted. You just popped the wrong person and it created outrage. So that's why you have to be very cautious on it, because a lot of nightlife owners, it's good with a profit, but you may not be in business long because of people ODing. Because if you have somebody that OD in your establishment, they will shut you down. Or if somebody get popped all inside, they will shut you down. So you got to be very cautious because they tackle it hard on gas stations now and blaming the owner, saying, hey, why y'all don't have no security there? And shutting them down for safety violations. So we have to understand that when we have these conversations about the political system here, a lot of it is on the local level and state. It is. It's all local. Them city ordinance is here for a reason. That's all local. So I want to say shout out to J-Mall. I can't wait to open up. I will keep y'all updated on this on this community center, and I will definitely dive into it more soon. All right. So because he's going to talk more about it. When he talk about it, we'll talk about it as well. NeNe Leakes supposed to get sued. And NeNe just been going through a lot. Like she lost her husband. Her son is in jail for about a year. And she's being sued right now. Again, man, this is just a lot that NeNe is going through because she's been sued by a landlord after allegedly because, according to TMZ, she failed to pay rent at the Swag Boutique store, and they're saying that she owed rent. They said NeNe Leakes has been taken to court over her shop, Swag Boutique. Her former landlord says she owes a bunch of money in unpaid rent. According to documents obtained by TMZ, NeNe is being sued by her landlord in Sugarloaf Mills, the shopping center where her women's clothing store once stood. The landlord said Leakes first signed the lease agreement back in 2017, then extended it for another year in 2021. However, the landlord claims she vacated in January 2022 when the term ended, but never paid off the balance of $22,900 owed under the lease. They said the landlord allegedly sent NeNe a letter last month telling her to pay up to avoid any legal woes, but said she never phoned up the money. Phone up the money. So now NeNe is being dragged to court, and the landlord wants damages to cover the back rent plus its attorney fees. For those unaware, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Swag Boutique store shut down in 2020 due to C-19 pandemic, and it reportedly wasn't long after finally reopening that she began holding going out of business sales at her multiple locations. We reached out to NeNe rep for comments. So far, no word back. You got to pay your rent. It's just that simple. You got to pay your rent. I don't care what you do. You got to pay. I tell my friend all the time, you got to pay your rent. If you're a business, you got to pay. These landlords not playing with that. They're going to take you to court, especially if you're a celebrity. So pay your rent. Like, come on now, NeNe. You say you rich. Just pay them people they $24,000 back rent and plus the 20 fees. Now, if you ain't got it, that's a you problem. But pay your rent. Pay back that rent and everything like that. But maybe it is because a lot of these people don't have it like that. She also shut down her lounge, and people say, well, she shut it down because she really don't want to know if that business is profitable. You ain't shutting down no business if it's profitable. I'ma say it again. Lilithia Lounge, you ain't shutting down no lounge if it's bringing in money. Unless you took a loss, it probably did. That's why you shut it down. Because you're not getting a lot of cash flow coming in like that. And you shut down a place that's bringing in either it didn't bring in the cash flow that you predicted, or you was in a lot of debt with loans. You ain't shut it down because you wanted your son to run it. That's a lie that sounds good on the blog. You shut it down because you couldn't afford to keep up the upkeep. You shut it down because you couldn't afford to keep up the upkeep. That's why you shut it down. That's why you keep shutting it down. All right? So let's keep that real clear. So I got to keep that all the way clear with that. They said the restaurant business is extremely difficult to make a profit, and it's yes, it's difficult. It's very difficult. My family has owned restaurants in Pittsburgh, and my dad refused to open another. It's difficult, and it's not even in Atlanta. It's in a boondock. It's expensive. You really got to have good people in that business because it's low. They said the profit margin is not that good. It's really not that good. Now, if you make good profits in your restaurant, then you blessed. 90% of I think they said 95 restaurants in the first year fail. I think that's what somebody said. I think that was a statistic. You got to have the best. Oprah had a restaurant. She shut it down. And that was Oprah. I didn't even know she had a restaurant. And you have to, someone said this quote, you have to be there all the time. You do. You have to literally be there all the time. Because look at the slutty vegan. She owned a restaurant. They broke into it. And that's a cashless pace. They don't even take cash. But they still broke that window, meaning she got to fix it or file an insurance claim, but she'll probably fix it out of pocket because her premium going to go up. So it's expensive. Do y'all hear me? So she closed it down and she's trying to blame it on her son. And she wanted her son to run it. He says he don't want to run, I'm shutting it down. No, baby. It wasn't making that profit as you thought. It wasn't making that profit. It take years for you to make a profit, if you ever make a profit. And you're not really looking long term. It's a good idea. It could have really worked, but then they say you have to pay for parking. And you had slow nights because you're not on a real housewife. It would have been great if you was on television, then it'd have been popping in there every night. But you're not on television anymore. You're on Carlos King on YouTube. Yeah. You was on YouTube. So when you're on YouTube with Carlos King, you ain't on television. Okay? And then when you want to have your business in the hood, that's the price you pay. That's why people don't go rush in the hood. That's why when you got it in there, it's like you got to have that place like Fort Knox just to keep it safe. It's in the hood. And I get it. That's why people don't go rush in the hood. I'm not. I ain't going no hood. F that. I will own properties, yeah. Rent it out. But owning a restaurant, nope. And you paying 2-3 times rent. Everything because even in the hood stuff, the rent is high. But I saw it. She showed the video. So we're going to see how that's going to play out in the future. All right. So we're going to go to one more. How many more topics we have? Okay. We want to get to this one. Y'all know who, where we at? Y'all know who Shaun King is. Shaun King have also posted this back on his social media with this whole thing with GoFundMe because they keep saying this man is a scammer. So this is what GoFundMe released because they keep saying Shaun King scammed the people out of their money. GoFundMe said this. GoFundMe is the safest place to give. The safety and security of our platform is our top priority. We have a team working behind the scenes to protect the GoFundMe community and to ensure that every dollar donated to transfer to the right place. To learn more about our safety measures, please visit GoFundMe.com/safety. When a customer contacts our team and requests their history of activity on GoFundMe, our customer service team will share the activity with the individual. Mr. King requested his history on GoFundMe and provided all the emails accounts associated with any possible activity. The scope of the information requested is limited to activity on GoFundMe. Mr. King has not organized a fundraiser on GoFundMe. Mr. King have not been a beneficiary of a GoFundMe. Mr. King have not withdrawn any funds on GoFundMe. It is worth noting that if a customer shares a fundraiser via social media, they do not have direct access to withdraw any funds on GoFundMe. This came from the GoFundMe Trust and Safety team because people kept putting out misinformation that Shaun was stealing the people GoFundMe money. He's not over the GoFundMe. He have said it multiple times. You cannot accuse somebody and say he stole from GoFundMe. No, he promotes the GoFundMe and his audience give to the GoFundMe, and they donate it, and it goes directly to the family. Whoever is the beneficiary of it, they directly. Even Ben Krupp and many other lawyers have said no, it went directly to the family. Shaun King only promoted the GoFundMe and not took any dime from it. He didn't take a dime from it. He have his own organization, Grassroots, where he take a salary because people think that if you're an activist, you got to be damn broke. No. You got to eat too. You got to take care of your family too. That's the problem with a lot of activists are getting burned out because you got to live. You got to eat. You got to pay bills. It's hard to be an activist when you can't feed yourself. You can't even activate that and fill up that belly. So you have to. So that's why he gives his the grassroots organization. It gives him salary so he can take care of his living expenses, hire the security because of the threats that he received, because these people are crazy, because they don't like how effective you are. If he wasn't effective, it wouldn't be no conversation. The reason why they come against Shaun King so hard is because he's effective. One is he's effective. Two is he raises money and they can't stand that. And he gives it to these families and organizations. And Shaun King and his grassroots organization, other organizations help put a lot of progressive prosecutors in office, and they can't stand that because he's got a lot of prosecutors that have been in there for a long time that was racist, giving these people weird sentencing and really doing them wrong and catering toward the cops. He getting people in there that do not play, that will prosecute police officers, and they can't stand that this man was able. So what do? They go after his character. He is a scammer, and they will use other black people to say that, but they don't have any evidence. They don't have any proof. There's not a shred of evidence that say that he has scammed on the GoFundMe. Where's the evidence? They're just repeating something they've heard on the internet. He have not scammed on GoFundMe. GoFundMe itself have came out and said he have not had an account. He have not withdrawn an account from us. He have not have any money from the GoFundMe. Only thing that Shaun King does, he's the middle person. He promotes the link to his base, his people give. Just that simple. Don't get a dime from it. Now, it's other ways he writes books and people buy his books. Of course, you are known. You get in this notoriety, popularity. So, of course, you sell a product. You write a book about your injustices and all of that. You do that. Like I read his book. I think it was Change. I read his book in Dallas, and it was a beautiful book about his life, his experiences growing up. And that's how you can have revenue. You got to have revenue. He have a podcast. He have that monetized. Have to have revenue because you have to. That's how you become an effective activist. You can't be effective activist broke. How you gonna get around? How you gonna travel to these places? So that's why I think that is out there. Now we're talking about Shaun King. He's not scamming the people. He have not scammed the people. The brother got really sick and couldn't even afford to get the medical treatment because he's not making these $3, $4, $8 million that they think he's making. So he had to ask for money from the public to help him. The man went through in his back. And then people have to rally together. They was like, listen, this man raised so much money for the families. Y'all got to help him. So a lot of folks started to donate to help him. He couldn't even do no GoFundMe because people say he's a scammer so much. So they just had to just send it to the Cash App or send it to whatever app that he had to help him out. Because he went through so much in his nerve. He had nerve pain. The man was going through. The man was going through. The man was going through. And he posted that on it. He was really going through. Okay? Literally, I'm talking about literally going through. And I was having this conversation. And the thing about it is, you have a medical thing you can save, but it's expensive with medical stuff. To get the leg fixed, the surgery, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a lot of money. It costs a lot of money in medical stuff. That ain't cheap. Even if you get medical insurance, they don't want to cover half the crap that you need. Let's not be stupid here. You need a heart transplant. What savings do you have for that? I wait. You think Blue Cross Blue Shield gonna save that? Gonna give you this to pay? And health in this country is outrageous. It is outrageous how expensive healthcare is in this country. It's expensive in this country. It really is. And everybody, and like the thing is, when he posted on his page, I have medical insurance, but it don't cover half the stuff. I know it. I have insurance. It don't cover half the stuff that you need. The stuff that you need, it don't cover. And then now you have to go to the public and ask the public, and which you should. Because if I have a turn, I will go to the same people I'm entertaining. I'm not going to stop. I'll go to the public and say, hey, this is the issue. And he should go to the public because, yes, y'all keep giving to these other. Now I'm in need. I need y'all to give back to me as well because this is hurting. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it. I just don't want people to go with this narrative and say that this brother is scamming when he's not. Where is the evidence? There is a lot of jealous trolls that are jealous of his effectiveness, but where is the jealousy? Where is the scamming part? I hear you saying this, blah, 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 but where is the evidence that he scammed? I'll wait. They said the same thing about Dr. King, that he scammed. They wanted to get that man for tax evasion. But where's the evidence that Shaun King have scammed? Where's the evidence? He said GoFundMe. GoFundMe came out and said he didn't have no account. So where's the evidence again? Nobody ever sent the evidence. They just repeat what they heard on the internet. The same thing here. They repeated what they heard on the internet. They kept saying Tyler Perry owned BET. Tyler Perry owned BET. Tyler Perry owned BET. They kept saying it over and over. Today, Paramount said they ain't selling BET no more. They taking it back. They ain't selling it. They're not going to sell the state of BET. Why? Because in Roland Martin's opinion, that because of the asset, Tyler Perry don't want to overpay for that. It's not this asset. They're trying to paint this picture that is worth this, but in reality, it's not worth that. And so now they decide not to sell it because don't nobody want to pay overpriced for something that's not worth that. They're Paramount, the owners are saying, well, it's worth this, but in reality, it's worth this. And Tyler Perry is giving that type of bidding as well as any of these people getting the type of bidding. Because one thing about Tyler Perry, and I'm going to speak for him, they have good people that live and breathe. They know how much that network is worth. Not what the owners are telling. They know the real information. They know the real tea. And once you open up the real tea, the real file, the financial records, you be like, I'm not offering what you're trying to sell that for. It ain't worth that. And then now they're trying to say fake because they're embarrassed. Okay, we ain't going to sell it. No, because you're trying to price this thing. And then also you're trying to overprice it because you're trying to make this huge profit where you can't do it anymore. And the reason why you're selling it is because it's not that profitable anymore. It was back in when you first purchased it, but you purchased BET back in the day when it was no Netflix, wasn't no Hulu, it was streaming, was nothing out. There was no streaming. It was all, cable was the streaming, right? But now it have shifted. Cable companies, cable networks got to compete with streaming. And streaming is everywhere, and it's cheaper than having a cable package. Then these cable companies are losing customers. That hurts the network of getting those cable fees, those subscription fees, because people ain't signing up for Comcast, Spectrum, all of these DirecTV, Dish, they're not signing up for that stuff anymore. They're not signing up for that. They ain't signing up for them cable expenses no more. So that hurts the network. Not just in ad revenue, but in subscription. ESPN get the most cable subscription fee from subscribers. The subscription fee, they get the most. Their money have dipped. And what is ESPN have been doing? They've been cutting costs. They've been laying people off. They're not getting all that money they were getting for cable companies because cable companies don't have it. People ain't signing up for these cable subscriptions anymore. What they are signing up for is internet, and they get streaming. And it's easier to unsubscribe from this site, resubscribe. Remember, cable signs you up for a year contract. Now, cable companies can't sign you up for that. You can't play that okie doke because there's so much competition. Consumers like the flexibility to sign up for Netflix. You want to cancel it? I cancel it. They want to sign up for Hulu. If I want to cancel, I want to cancel. That's how the consumers are moving. Back in the day, you stayed with cable unless you just couldn't afford it no more and they shut it off. But now, most people just got internet. And they try. Well, do you want the cable? You don't want to watch that because half these networks ain't got none for you to watch. And so now the network's like, okay, in order for us to survive, we got to have BET Plus, Paramount Plus, what is all the other stuff? On network, they got an own network app. They got Discovery app with all the own shows because they had to get to meet the people. Everything have shifted. The black network, the black whatever, all that is definitely there as well. And Fox get the largest cable. They get it too. Like ESPN, like Fox, they're major, but they have been losing money as well because cable companies is not making the money like they used to. It's too much competition out there. And the cable bills are so damn high because they got to pay these subscription fees. Everything is shifting in the media. So when we talked about it on our short, of course you can't go deep dive on it, and we'll go back on it tomorrow and talk about it. But everybody said he owns these. No, he don't. That was just conversation. Everybody said, well, Tyler Perry, we the first person to own it. It's good for clicks and views. He don't own it till down the line. Guess what that network did? Guess what Paramount did? They said, nope, we ain't doing it. We are not going to sell. And so all the bidders, including Tyler Perry, Byron Allen, and P. Diddy, we're not selling. Why? Because P. Diddy, Byron Allen, they did not, with their investors, they felt like it's hard to make a profit. And it would be wiser for Tyler Perry to just continue to license this stuff. You make big of a profit. It's too much of a risk trying to have that to be profitable, because then when it is black owned, these ad people ain't gonna want to pay you the top ad dollars because you're black, because the ad agencies are very racist. They gonna give Paramount the top ad revenue, but you as a black person, they're gonna say, oh, we're gonna give you $600 or $1,000 for a 30-second ad instead of the regular $3,000 that Paramount was getting. They come up with an excuse. So he felt like, man, it ain't worth it. I'm a better financial position if I could just continue to do what I do, write shows, right? And license it to the people, and I get all this revenue. I get all the revenue. But why would I take this big risk for something? Because it's too much of a risk. And then Tyler Perry will have to write so many shows and work with so many people just to get it, and you still probably won't even make a profit. It would take years. That's why it took her years to finally make a profit. And once she made a profit, what did Oprah do? She sold her share back to Discovery. And she was smart enough to say, y'all can license my name, and I'm still going to get a coin from the network, but I'm not the CEO. I don't have no day-to-day operations from this network, but you can carry the Oprah Winfrey Network, the own network. You can carry that name, and I still get paid. And I sold my share back, and I got that money. And I get that license feedback. And then I could be a producer, put my name on it, and still get paid. Without me doing the stresses of having a day-to-day operation, looking at the ratings. Because at one point, Oprah was begging folks to watch. And make sure you watch it with the Nelson box. You know, when they go to, make sure you have that box. She was begging people to watch that network. Oprah was. And once it finally was coming and profitable, and Discovery got their investment back and it started having a profit, Oprah sold her share back. I'm getting out of this network business. And then Oprah was pissed because she did not want reality like television. She didn't want that. She wanted something positive. Super Soul Sunday. Black folks didn't watch it. White folks damn sure didn't watch it. And she saw all that. I'm going to sell it back. It's against what I believe. But I'm going to still make a coin because I ain't stupid. My name is still on there. And once I'm dead and gone, as long as my name's still on there, my descendants will still get paid. So she's smart about that. But she got out. And that's why Tyler Perry did not start his network from scratch, because y'all keep saying, start your network from scratch. Black folks say that. It takes years to get a profit. And then it's going to be low ratings because it's going to be an unknown network. It's going to be hard to get a profit from a network. This is a bad time to talk about. You talking about a cable network now? That's bad business to start that now. You come out business starting a streaming site. That's more profitable than trying to start a cable network to get into those houses. To get it's too much hassle. You'll come out better owning and operating your own streaming site, your own streaming, than to get into owning your own network. The regulations are different. The taxes is all, the rules are so different than when it comes to streaming. So I'm not shocked that Tyler don't get it. Didn't get that at BTV. I'm not shocked at all. They just thought them black folks just wanted to do it. Be stupid. No, Tyler Perry, first and foremost, is a businessman. He's a businessman. He just so happened to be black, but after you get through all that, he's still a businessman, and he ain't stupid. Why do you think he make all them shows very fast and keep down costs? Why shade and try to tape a show for 6 months when I can do it in 6 days, and my people still gonna watch it? Yeah, it's gonna look a little cheesy, but as long as I'm making a profit, I get to keep most of it. Once I share my expenses and pay my payroll and pay the staff, whatever, I'm still walking away with millions. And he writes everything. Only thing that hurts him is the whole actors strike, because they all in their camp, all is on that union. But other than that, once that's over, he's still gonna make money. He have so much material that he could relicense and sell and making money. It's all on that, all his stuff on there, a lot of his stuff on Netflix, making him a lot of money. Because remember, DVDs was there, but DVDs phased out. It's all on streaming. Yeah, his actors and stuff, they ain't making good on their residuals, but Tyler making a good coin. He the owner. He's up there with Disney or all these other networks that these big box studios. Tyler Perry is a studio owner. He make all the profits. And the only reason why black folks ain't talking about him not paying them fairly, because they don't want to get blackballed out of the black people. Don't take down no black men, so they just got to take it. Yeah, Tyler Perry is paying them all right, but he ain't paying them what they really deserve. And their residue checks ain't hitting that like that either. It's getting the same pennies on the dollar. The reason why you ain't seeing Tyler Perry getting dragged in the media is because he black. And you can't be no black art talking about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is like Jesus in the black community. It's Jesus, Dr. King, and Tyler Perry in Medea. And black folks will turn against you because they're going to turn and say, you're trying to take a black man down. So they just have to look at that $3.66 that they got from the House of Pain and just have it in silence. I can guarantee you them checks is very low from the House of Pain. Meet the Browns. They just ain't gonna say nothing. That's why Tamla Mann is out there singing "Take Me to the King" and talking about how she had to dig in the garbage can and doing concerts and talking about how she had to dig in the garbage can when she was a little girl. She said that when we was at a concert. She doing all type of concerts. That's why her, Kurt Franklin, Tamla Mann, the Clark sisters, even though Twinkie can't even do it because of health, they all doing it because they got to keep that coin coming in because they ain't making no money from no music sale. They got to make it from a concert. Even if they can't hit them notes right, you still, as long as you there watching, we need to make a coin. Twiggy can't do it. They said, well, Twiggy, you're a little sick. We'll do it. And Twiggy's still going to get paid because she's part of the Clarkson, so they still got to give her a cut. She can do that and get it at home. And that's why Tyler Mary is out there got a cooking show. She ain't making all that money from acting on them plays. She probably made more money in a play than she did in them shows. I guarantee you that. But she ain't going to say nothing because she ain't going to want y'all to cancel. Because most of the time, the reason why her concerts sell out is because of her being on Tyler Perry. So she's trying to eat them little $3 checks she's getting. Yeah. Also, she on YouTube to get a Google asset. If you was rich and wealthy, you don't have to be on YouTube cooking on fried chicken and a chicken breast. You ain't making that money from Tyler Perry like you claim. No, you ain't. No residue check. If you had to depend on that, you'll be suffering. You're going to be cooking and singing and shouting. That's why she had to get 2 knee replacements so she can get out there and shout on that stage and be out of breath. That's why Mr. Brown out there telling them jokes that ain't funny. But that joke is funny about the baby hair because I took that joke and I said it on YouTube. So that was funny, Mr. Brown. Oh, David, man. The man's out there working hard. They ain't making all that money for them residual check. No. Back in the day, you used to live off them checks. It used to be nice. Now you can't. Now we're on $6.66. And the reason why they ain't saying nothing, because y'all gonna drag Tyler Man. And David, man, you're gonna drag them for filth. Talking about Tyler Perry. He helped get y'all a name. You was in there struggling with Kurt Franklin. He got you out the gutter. Yeah. Now, does she have more money than me? Yes. But I get it. But a lot of them, they ain't striking just for their health. They striking because they going through financial. They got to do Uber, Lyft. And the only reason why they ain't doing Uber and Lyft because they don't, at McDonald's, because they don't want y'all seeing Tyler Man and David, man. First of all, she go eating a couple of the burgers. They don't want y'all taking their picture. So they got to do 55,000 concerts to make ends meet. They keep up that lifestyle. They going through. That's why they on there protesting. They ain't protesting for their health. They ain't making no money. Someone don't even qualify for health insurance. That mean they sick. Got to go to the emergency room. Can't even go to a regular doctor. Can't afford it. But you all on the show. We laughing at your jokes on the show, but you can't afford to get checked. Get a mammogram. Get your breast checked and your throat checked. You can't get your knees checked. They are suffering in Hollywood. And I'm glad it's coming out. Because most black folks, I want to be acting. No, they have shifted. I want to be the owner. I want to be the studio heads. I want to own the studio. I own the camera. It's my style. Man, skip that trying to be out. And then I can act on the side just for fun. Something like riding in my BMW. That's another stream, but I own it. I own it. The thing is ownership, owning the network. But y'all training y'all people to become actors, they ain't making nothing. Even though you saying all that, you on camera playing dead in a coma, making a $3.66. And you got to suffer. You got to be like Monique, take a picture with them dusty. You got to apologize out to the world. Hello, my loves. I'm suing Netflix for gender bias and race bias. Can y'all please join me in the protest fight? I ain't offer you nothing. You got to fight and create all that hell just to get half of what you require. But even Monique called out Tyler Perry. She said, yes, you paid Taraji B. Henson $1 million, but she should be getting that and some. She was right. And then Taraji B. Henson broke down how much money you get and all the people that you got to pay. Wake up. I see it all. I want to be creative and the director. I want to own it. Come in, meet my staff. When I come in the room, you stand up and I sit down. We talk about our plan. I own it. It's mine. And the reason why they don't want no union, because you got all them union dues to pay. And Tyler Perry didn't want no union. He didn't. He did not want no union at all. He fired them because they tried to unionize. Tyler Perry is a owner, boss. Just because he talk about Jesus can work it out, he's singing in that wig, he's a boss. You ain't coming no billionaire being weak. You trying to get your union? I got to get you out of here. You talk union talk at your job and watch how quick you get fired. And he fired him. They try to get them a little union. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll do the right. TLC number one, they were broke. They were singing about no scrubs, and they was broke. We are broke as broke can be. Anyway. So I just had to say that. Whether you want to hear or not. Bring up a union if you want to. I brought up a union. I got escorted out by the police. And that was in Dallas, Texas. People that you do not see. Go watch Painkillers. The people that was creating that about that, he didn't have to go testify with Congress. He was behind the scenes. That stuff go on. It's true. You don't know. And he kept saying, have a firewall between me and the company. You don't know who owned it. And the people you think don't own it is the owner. You got to be careful who you think the man that they pumped up, and anyone you think is just a regular janitor or think that just in there you is a whole owner. You don't know who owned the board, who owned this. You just don't know. Them the people that it's a puppet is the face of it. Like I tell people all the time, don't tell your job that you put in 2 weeks. If you got a lot of vacation time, sick time out there, you cash out of that stuff first. Then you don't even tell you put in your 2. You done already got your money. You already got your savings. You put it in, and then you put in your 2-week notice. And don't tell them you got another job. Say, no, I got to move out. I got a sick parent. I got a sick grandmother. I got somebody is sick. I got to go there and help them. But you don't tell them you got your new job and where you going, stupid. You got to know how to work smart, not hard, dummy. Them folks ain't your friend, that's your boss, you stupid woman, stupid man. When people are not your friends, they are your boss, they gonna drag you, talk about you like trash. I come to do my job, them ain't my friends. I don't want to come and party with you. You're not my friend, you are my boss, you management. Get in, do your job, go home. Stupid. The people ain't your friends. Stop pretending the people are your friend. You can go there and talk to them and have a good time, but don't get it twisted. They're your boss, you the employee. When they want to fire you, they will fire you in a second. Don't be saving up that vacation time for what? You take your vacation. Take your sick time. Stop doing all that saving. What you saving it for? Use it. I'm going to just save it. Well, you better use everything you got. Any type of service. Read your employee book. If they offer this, use it. Use that healthcare. Any healthcare I get, I use the maximum of that healthcare. I just go because I got it. I just feel like going because I got some insurance. I use everything. They drag you like a dog. Talk about you. Talk about your business. I shared something. I said, yeah, I'm in Texas. And they just shared it. Oh, I heard it. Yes. Yeah. Do CNA. And I tell them like that. One thing about CNA, you can do it everywhere. And still come on time. Just right there, come on time. I don't care if you're talking to me. You can say whatever. But I ain't going to share nothing else. That's it. Do my job. And go home. These people ain't your friend. I don't talk about no YouTube. Oh, you know I do YouTube. You know I'm a con. I don't tell you nothing. And if you just so happen to fun and find about it, that's good. And I'm still ain't gonna talk about it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, and keep walking. I don't sit at that nurse say when you get the gossip about each other, I get my black Mattel up and I get to work. I go and get far away from the scene. You got among yourself about that. You ain't gonna get me involved. I go right upstairs, real fire, and all that type of stuff. I'd be like, all that. I do my work. I don't want to get involved with the guys because I don't know what you're talking about. You talk about her like a dog. I know you talk about me like a dog. So I do my job every day because this camera's on every day. Hello, hi, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mrs. So-and-so. You know, it's time for your medicine. Hello, hi, it's time for your medicine. Do you need anything? Can I pull your trash? Hello, Mrs. So-and-so, it's your shower. Would you like your shower today? Every room I'm going, I don't care if you independent. There's no such thing as no independent. If you in a, I gotta say this, if you in a facility, you ain't independent. Because if you was that independent, you wouldn't be in no facility. If you in assisted living or supportive living, you ain't independent. You in here for a reason. So everybody, I'm going to your room. Hello, yes, hi. Are you there? And if I don't hear from him, call the front desk. Hello, is Sister So? Did she check out? She ain't answering. Well, I'm gonna have to go in here and see. I gotta lay eyes on her. I don't care if it's independent. Because at one time you don't check, that's when something happens. Everybody got to get checked. It's your job, you there. Because if something go on, they're going to throw you under the bus. Say, you ain't going to check. That's your life on the line. Everybody get checked. It's time consuming, yes. But you got to do your job. Anybody that responds for that's what I have to do. Hello, hi. Hello? Yes. Excuse me? You from what now? Oh, no. Man, please. But yeah, you got to do your job. Take your notes, document, take your notes, and you got a copy of everything. So if something going on, you got your evidence. You got to know how to play the game or you going to get played. And always send text messages. Text messages is key because that's an electronic record of you communicating with management. You communicate in emails. It's a reason I send emails. It's a reason why I ask you email. I want documentation. I go back 3 years. So that's what I have to do. Okay? So for 3 years, you're going to see me doing. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I've been doing it for years. Working and doing this. And I understand these are the boss. I understand industry. And every time I work, I think like an owner. I understand these. It's about profit. It's about profit. And a lot of us that work in these healthcare things, you got to think broader than the CNA. You got to think broader than the RN. You got to be the owner. Have your own facility. And then you make the rules. Yes, it's regulations, but you make the payroll rules. You make the policy rules if you want to throw a party, if you want to throw this or throw that, etc. Give your staff a vacation. You make those rules as the owner. Because you get to play now, you can document, you let people know, but at the end of the day, it's the owner that makes the decisions. Just like Tyler Perry, he the owner of his network. Whatever he say goes, or you gonna get fired. And blackball, because he's powerful in Hollywood. He ain't gonna know about call them other networks. No studio, she's difficult to work with. And you ain't gonna get hired nowhere. All right, let's move on from that. I think that was it. We got Larry Reid here. And Larry Reid, the show is not out yet. So I'm gonna give a preview. Larry Reid on there. Oh, you're a good pastor. Yeah, my people made millions. No, so he ain't say people were soul was saved. They casting out devils. They are spiritually awakened. It's always about money. Willie Moore Jr., I sent your email, nothing about the allegations about Levante. You are a pathetic man and you are a beta. And when that interview come out, I'm dragging you in your hat. I'm dragging you in your hat. And I'm going to tell your kids to run away from Larry Reid because that's a whole pedo. You want to have your kids around that man. He was accused of a crime, and the man came through. And you didn't ask him no question about it. Because I heard from one of my your producers that was there, they said that question did not come up. Didn't even know about it. They claim. But don't worry. I'm going to drag you when that interview come out. I'm working on a good old thumbnail. When it's going to drop, the Willie Moore Jr. show. When it's going to drop, Junior, I'm going to drag you like that hat. And I can't wait for it to come out. And I'm tagging all them churches. I might go on a church tour, go to every church and pass out flies. I might go to a church tour. I don't know yet. I might go on a church tour. Yes, or I. Yes, who's this? You said what? Oh yeah, I ain't taking a phone. Yeah. So I say fine. That's somebody want to call in. All right. So when that show come out, we're working on a good thumbnail. Hit the Cash App, you guys, because it go right back out to help the show. All right, right back out to help the show and all of that. So we got a lot more topics we're gonna get into about the church. A couple of more topics we're gonna get about the church. We're gonna definitely get into that. This brother said something he want to say. Let me see if I have that really quickly. He said, what did he say? I think he said this. Larry said this. It is in order proper to randomly send news to the person you are effing. Do it first thing in the AM or before bed. Or if you're trying to get some with them real quick, you keep things spicy in their eyes on you. You have the upper hand over the others because y'all already doing it. Advice: don't put a face in any even if you send it to your husband, because on Mad Day, folks will flip and share. Trust me. But for now, send them regularly, but not too often. You talking about that? Okay. This will be whole preacher. And then Galatians, it said in the scripture, said, quote, reveals the spiritual consequence of disobedience in this matter. The acts of the flesh. Look at that. That ain't number the acts of the flesh. And if you go to the last part of this, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. He talking about sending pictures of flesh that ain't your husband and wife. Look at that. Making a mockery of the kingdom of God. And that pulled the whole preacher telling you to send nudes. That's y'all pastor. And document it and send it. I couldn't believe he said that. I could believe it. He a whole pedo. So yeah, I could believe it. But don't worry, I'm gonna turn it to Anthony. He gonna get it hard. Oh man, no, he did. That man did that. He did that. Got on whole shade. Don't worry, Larry. We got you. We going for a whole church episode on you. I can't wait for that. I'll let y'all know when it happens. Hold on. We're going to open up these phone lines real quick. All right. We're going to open up these phone lines really, really quickly. I'm going to put it on the screen here. And this will let me know who watching if they see the number on the screen. Let's put it on the screen here. And this will let me know who watching. All right. It's rolling on the screen here. Yeah, you're live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
How are you?
bless.
I like. Thank you. Amen, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Shout down. I just want to talk about the pastor here. Now, it's crazy to me that this guy not only has that pedo allegations against him, but now he's coming out with these new pics and he's trying to go against what he's preaching, like being hypocritical. I think that's sad. Like, I really think, and I'm shocked that he still even has the platform, even after the young man made the allegations about him. So it's really confusing to me how Larry Reid is still getting all of this clout and he's doing all this stuff and like everybody's just ignoring it. Is it being ignored because he's a pastor, like most pastors, or is it because we're just a part of a day and age where it just doesn't matter anymore?
I think that it's because people are attracted to false prophets. I mean, if the Bible speaks about it, if they could, they will even trick the children that are called by God, if they could. But false prophets have always exist, and Larry is a false prophet. I mean, all it is money, 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 money. Nothing about soul saving. We all know about the scripture, whether you're in church or not, that God is not with you to send news to people that are not your husband and wife. Do all of this stuff. He speak against and he used to preach against all of this stuff. He stopped because again, he showed his true colors, and he's sending very confusing messages about God, and you know God don't stand for that. He don't
That's
stand
true.
for all of that. He just don't. You can't contradict the scripture and saying send this and send that and send this. You can do it. He said you could do anything. Fornicate, he don't care. You adults, you can do all that.
But you know what? I think that goes to show how naive as a people that we've come, that we allow ourselves to be misled by such false prophets because we know the word as the people. And even if we don't know the word, we know what God is and that man is not before God. So in that perspective alone, with him being a pastor, like why haven't the higher ups of the church demoted him? Or, that's the part that I'm not understanding. Like, why does he still have his pastoral license?
I guess
Because that's a license.
Because it's so easy to become a pastor. You know, it's challenging to become a lawyer, but it's so easy. You can go on the internet and get your marriage your minister license, your preacher right there on the internet. It's just that easy.
Well, you know what? I'm rooting for you to get yours in because you can block all that demonic stuff he's putting out there. You got a platform. You doing well enough. I'm sorry.
Right.
We need to rebuke that demon in the name of Jesus because it's just not right. And the fact that we know it's people that he's doing this, like there does need to be people like you that needs to stand up and start saying, hey, look, this is who I am. This is what I believe. We need to denounce this guy for XYZ reasons. He's playing on our spirituality. He's playing on our faith. He's playing on the people's salvation at this point, because that's really what it is. You're playing off people's salvation. You're not, like you said, saving souls as you're supposed to be. You are manipulating them. The weak are the ones that come to the church, and you're sitting there false prophesying and manipulating them. And because we are in a world where we love fame and fortune, we'll go to him just because of who he is, not even caring what he does. Yeah. So that's why I made the statement that maybe you need to go ahead and get your pastoral license, because if any and everybody can just go ahead and do it, I'd rather trust somebody who I know who true to themselves and true to their heart than somebody who's out here facading to me. The devil is a lie, but the ones that tell the truth, those are the ones that need to be heard. Absolutely. When you ain't scared of yourself in your reflection in a mirror, it sets you apart. People scared of that. People scared of themselves. And they're scared to let people get to know them. Absolutely. And that's something that I feel like out of anybody on social media, you have no problem doing. You have been so transparent and straightforward when it comes to who you are identity-wise. And I think that's why a lot of us follow you. That's one of the reasons why I follow you, because I know I'm going to get the real, the raw.
Yes.
Good or bad. Doesn't matter.
Come on, good or bad or indifferent.
But see, now that's what I call in the light of God, because you realize you're in the flesh. You realize that there can be mistakes made. Absolutely. But I'm not going to hide this from y'all. This is who I am. You can hate it or love it. How could anybody disrespect that? How could anybody not appreciate that?
That's true.
So thank you, Mr. Wiley. You keep doing what you're doing, brother. And I'm a Shot Town sister as well. So Congratulations on your endeavors and keep
Thank
moving forward. I
you.
pray for your growth, brother.
God bless you. Thank you. I love it.
Bye-bye.
All right. Anybody else want to call? And the number is on the bottom screen here, $ Marquise Wiley 28, of course, for those that have asked for that. Cash App. Also, the number is 972-674-9462. Hey, you're live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for taking the call. I'm walking to my car, so hopefully I don't sound too out of breath. It's a long walk. But anyway, I agree with the last caller, but I also want to add that Larry Reid is still famous or out there because Black women are his supporters. Sometimes some of us, we support BS that we wouldn't support from our own family members. I do believe the allegations. I also want to add that I do believe that, you remember there's an interview of, I can't think of his name. Oliver Twist.
Uh-huh.
You remember, there's an interview out there where he was saying he slept with a pastor, and I believe he had a threesome. I really believe that it is Larry Reid. That's what I believe, because he hung around Larry. They all had that little inner circle. And Larry Reid, to me, just gives pervert. For him to be a pastor, he talks about sex all the time. And even the people that he hangs around, these are people who would be accepted at church, which is sad, because you should be able to come as you are. But I just look at him as just a odd, weird human being. And we Black women, we're the most disrespected, but we do also accept other people that we shouldn't. If someone in your family was accused of being a pedo, you would do your research. You would look at their history. You would say, okay, yeah, I do believe my cousin would do that. And you would not support your cousin, uncle, brother, or what have you. We have to wake up and stop supporting people, giving him money so he can have these threesomes. He can do these menage a trois and get the money all from saying church. He's a hypocrite. He's so many things that we should not support. So that's just my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that. That was a lesson. Yeah. Anybody? All right. All right. I just want to make sure everybody is good. All right. God bless you. And thank you to those that have called in and gave their opinion about this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This have been an amazing show. Oh, we got one more. Okay. You live on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you live.
Hey, so I see you discussed Larry Reid, and that the statement that you read was so nasty that Larry Reid is supposed to be a pastor, a prophet, and he's talking like this when he had that allegation. I mean, like, coming from him, this should never have came from you. Now you bringing back up the spotlight on you, Larry Reid. Why would you do that?
That's true.
It died down. Now you bringing it back up, coming from you. And I remember you had King Jive on Station Head, And even King Jive talked about Larry Reid about he gave X, Y, and Z to his nephew. And it's crazy. And ever since Tasha K, Wiley on his neck, he is not the same.
Nope.
He is not the same. Same in views, same in content. He is not the same. And the people he hang around with is just sad. And Tamar, all of them should disown him, fall back from him. The network should fall back from him. And I stand with you, my brother,
Absolutely.
my pastor, Wiley. Keep your foot on his neck.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling in. Man. Oh, my gosh. All right. Love y'all so really. Thank y'all so very much for calling in. That was amazing, man. Get it together. But we will do a part 2 on Larry once the interview come out. We also will do a part 2 on the Derek Jackson interview. Give our thoughts on that if I can watch the full interview in its entirety. So we'll do our full thoughts on that. If you want to contribute to the show, $ Marquise Wiley 28, Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. Thumbs up the video. And I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in on this lovely morning show again. Appreciate that. On the weekend, we are not doing a morning show. We're doing our Zoom unless something really goes on. But wait till Monday morning on Zoom. We're doing on Sunday. We actually shall be that Sunday, 12 p.m. noon, 11 a.m. on the Central. We actually be there. If you miss it, we'll put it on YouTube. So again, that's 12, 11 my time, but still get up early because it could be changed. Time could change. All depend on how I feel. But just know y'all will have a Zoom on Sunday, just like as we did a beautiful one last Sunday. So I'm looking forward to this Sunday. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you're enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. This has been lovely. I mean, with so many people tuned in today, viewed the morning show. Make sure y'all thumbs up and show love to the show. Also, Vegas, October 6th through the 9th, coming up. RSVP, Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. You can send an email right now, Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. Send an email. We will send you information. Please come. It's going to be fun. I'm already saving up for it now. So we can have a beautiful time for that. And thank you all so very much. I love y'all. This has been a good show. Very good show. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And that'll be 11 on the Central. I'm sorry, 11 on the East Coast, 10 a.m. on Central. And also if you're on the West Coast, that's 8 a.m. All right, talk to y'all soon. Peace. Subscribe.